Hi everybody, this is Jamie Young at Brigham's Playhouse. Welcome to our theater family. Today I'm going to talk about how we moved into this building and turned it into a theater. So stay tuned for all the details. Back in 2013, my wife and I and our children moved from Wyoming, where I had been a professor of musical theater and the department chair of theater there at Western Wyoming College. And we came down here with the intent of starting a theater. So one of our very first tasks was to find the ideal location for that theater. And we looked at a lot of great spaces, but all of them were too expensive for us to be able to afford, and they didn't quite have the charm that we were looking for. And then one morning I was sleeping and it was early, and I was awakened with the idea that I need to go jump in my car and head down to this place that I had driven by multiple times. It was called Cottontown Village. And it was early in the morning, and I drove into the parking lot, and there was a gentleman who was out doing some yard work, and I pulled up to him, and it happened to be George Staley himself. And I asked him if he knew anything about renting any of the buildings in Cottontown Village, and he said, "Yeah, I can help you with that." And so, to make a long story short, we signed an agreement for what was known as the Town Hall building in Cottontown Village. And on January 2nd, we opened the doors and we began the renovation process. The town hall was a reception center for many years before. A lot of people ask us what year the building was built because it's got an old 1800s feeling, but it was actually just built to look like that in about the 1990s sometime. But it was a reception center before we moved into it, and so we had a lot of work to do. We, like I said, came in on January 2nd, and by February 14th, we opened the theater. Let me tell you what happened in that 6-week period of time. Not only did we have to renovate the building, but we also had to rehearse and build and get ready our very first production of Little Women. And so that in and of itself is a huge task for a theater to be able to do. But at the same time, we were also changing this entire building. We had to put a stage in. We had to put the audience seating that you see behind me now in. We found these theater seats in a church up in Sacramento. And so Doug Knapp, the other owner, and I flew up to Sacramento and then rented 2 big U-Haul trucks, loaded all these benches in, and drove down all night long to get them here. We had to alter the seating a little bit to get it to fit in here. We built the rake or the ramp that these seats are on as well. And we had to build the backstage area and renovate the downstairs a little bit to meet up to some of the codes that the city was requiring. The city kept giving us a list after list after list of things that we had to renovate in order to be ready to get our occupancy permit. And lo and behold, just in the nick of time, we were able to meet those requirements. It ended up costing us about $25,000 more than we had budgeted for, but we got that occupancy permit. We opened our show on time. Now, one little other story to add into that, our lighting system didn't arrive until 5 days before the show opened. Now, usually the lights are fully designed and programmed and functional before the 5-day mark of any show opening. And so we were doing our lighting preparation right up to the very last minute. We had to do all of the running of cables and the patching of cables and putting them into the dimmer rack and patching them into the operating board and we had to learn the new lighting system because it was new to us. All of that was done within 5 days, and lo and behold, we were able to open the show. It was a great success. We couldn't have done it without the great team of professionals that we had assembled to help us during our first few months of operation. I'll try to put some pictures in of these great folks. Very grateful for them, and grateful for our community and audience members who have been supportive from that very first day, back February 14th in 2014. This week, we'll be celebrating our 100,000th audience member walking through the doors. We have some great prizes lined up for that audience member, so it's not too late to get your tickets this week to take your chance of being that lucky 100,000th audience member, winning some great desserts and some season tickets and lots of other great things. So please be sure to come check us out at Brigham's Playhouse. We're running South Pacific right now for a few more weeks. Not too late to get those tickets. Make sure you like the video down below, and if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, do that too. Until next time, thanks very much.